Good day everyone! For today's video, I am going to discuss what portfolio assessment is, the content of portfolio assessment, the kinds of portfolio assessment, and the stages in implementing portfolio assessment. By the way, I am Trexie Annalyn Lungkop Kasuko, Bethel Itchy third-year student from the University of Eastern Philippines. First, we are going to define what is portfolio assessment. Portfolio assessment is a comprehensive, purposeful collection of student performance. It ranges from most significant achievement or best work to expanded work record in academic performance like in mathematics, science, English, Filipino, and extracurricular activities wherein students excels. For students, portfolio assessment is more accurate, reliable, and valid compared to transcript records since all the students' performances are recorded. In short, portfolios are a collection of student work that allows assessment by providing evidence of effort and accomplishments in relation to specific instructional goals. Also, portfolio assessment develops awareness of own learning by the students. It promotes independent and active learners. A portfolio is a form of assessment that students do together with their teacher. So we are done defining what portfolio assessment is. Now, let's move on to the contents of portfolio assessment. We have 5 contents of portfolio. First is the best work of students. Example for this is the students won first prize in the local, regional, and national investigatory project. Second, individual students' work. Example, the student is the president in class and the spring student council. Third, the group work activities. Example, the group work activity is income generating project on seaweed muffins as a requirement for their entrepreneurial project. Fourth, extracurricular activities. These serve as basis for the future teachers of the learner to identify the specific extracurricular activities he participated in and excelled. The last but not the least is the religious activities. It's important especially when a student enrolls in a religious institution. It serves as basis for being active spiritually. So now you have learned the content of a portfolio. Next, we are going to tackle about the kinds of portfolio. First is the working portfolio. Working portfolio refers to daily activity of the learner in a particular learning area. This provides and identifies the learner's skills to be developed in order to determine if there's progress on the learning task. The teacher determines if his teaching is effective through working portfolio. Second is developmental portfolio. So what is developmental portfolio? Developmental portfolio presents the development of progress of the directed task performed by the student based on the instructional objectives to determine the progress. It helps develop process skills. It identifies strengths and the weaknesses of the student. It keeps track the development of more than one process product performance. Third is documentary portfolio. Documentary portfolio is gathering the best work of the student for assessment purposes. It provides evidences that instructional objectives have been attained. It states that students' progress and weaknesses from one learning task to another. Fourth is showcase portfolio. The best work or award-winning feats of the students must be displayed. If possible, it must be published in the school paper, research journal, regional and national newspaper. It serves as show window to other students. It is because when there is a showcase of portfolio, everybody will be interested so that everybody will be accepted. everybody will try their best to excel and put their names into the same paper. Fifth is evaluation portfolio. The best work of any task activity of the student with progress or development must be recorded in the portfolio for grading purposes. So that's what evaluation portfolio. The student is assessed or evaluated at his own rate. So it depends on the performance of the students in the evaluation portfolio. Teachers depends on its progress, on its development. The next topic that we are going to discuss is the stages in implementing portfolio. There are 5 stages that I'm going to discuss to you. Stage 1 is identifying teaching goals to assess through portfolio. It is very important at this stage to be very clear about what the teacher hopes to achieve in teaching. These goals will guide the selection and assessment of students' work for the portfolio. Stage 2 is introducing the idea of portfolio assessment to your class. Portfolio assessment is a new thing for many students who are used to traditional testing. For this reason, it is important for the teacher to introduce the concept to the class. Third stage is the specification of portfolio content. Specify what and how much have to be included in the portfolio, both and interdependence. Specify for each entry how it will be assessed. The fourth stage of the implementing portfolio assessment is giving clear and detailed guidelines for portfolio assessment. There is a tendency for students to present as many evidence of learning as they can when left on their own. The teacher must therefore set clear guidelines and detailed information on how the portfolio will be presented. The last stage in implementing portfolio assessment is informing case officials, school officials, parents, and other stakeholders. Do not attempt to use the portfolio assessment method without notifying the department head, dean, or principal. This will serve as precaution in case students will late complain about your new assessment procedures. That's all for the portfolio assessment. I hope you learned something today. Again, I am Trixie Annalyn Lingkop Kasuk.